Now, till now, what you have done in trigonometry is trigonometrical identities you have done, right? You have done trigonometrical ratios like sine theta is equal to perpendicular by base and all that. Okay. Now here trigonometry is a little different. Okay. Little different in the sense we'll be using the trigonometric identities, but trigonometric ratios like perpendicular by base and base by hypotenuse, we will not be using. Okay. We'll be using cosec square theta is equal to 1 plus cot square theta and sec square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. All your square relations that are there. Okay, sine square theta plus cos square theta. These will be using the square relations. Reciprocal relations also will be using. That is sine theta is equal to 1 by cos theta and all that. Okay, but the till now what you have done is you have learned degree measure of angles, right? Degree measure. What degree measure you have done? You have done measurement of angles in degrees. Like you have measured angles like 60 degrees, you have measured angles like 120 degrees, you have measured angles like 90 degrees. Okay, all these were degrees here, right? You have measured angles in degrees, right? So, but another measure that we will discuss here is radian measure, which is the most important measure. It's also called the circular measure. Radian measure or circular measure. Okay. Now, what is the relation between radian measure and degree measure? This is the most important thing. That is 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. Okay. Remember this. If you remember this, you'll be able to do all the sums. 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. Now, I will not get into the detailed discussion of what the radian is and all that. All this is not required. What you only remember is 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. Okay, the degree is one measure, radian is another measure. And what is radian? Radian is a pure number. It does not have any unit, right? For example, degrees, it has a unit, that is degree. But radian is a pure number. It does not have any unit. Okay, it is actually a ratio, radian. That is why it is a pure number. Now, from now on, if you remember, you had done your tables in class 9, where you memorized the value of sine 0, sine 30, cos 60 and all that. Now you will memorize the same values in radian measure. Okay, for example, if you have um, sine 0, sine 0 is sine 0 in radian also, which is 0. Sine 30 is sine, um, if you convert to radians, this is pi by
150.
6. Pi by 6. Okay, which is equal to half. Okay, suppose you have sine 45, just pi by 4, sine pi by 4, which is equal to 1 by root 2, and so on. Okay, so the standard angle that you must remember, okay, is first is 0 degree is equal to 0 radians. Next is 30 degrees is equal to pi by 6. These need to be memorized. There is no other way. Okay, 30 degree is pi by 6. 45 degree is pi by 4. 60 degree is pi by 3. And finally 90 degree is pi by 2. Okay. Apart from these, there are others which while you doing you'll be able to learn up. Okay, but these are the fundamentals: 0 degree, 30 degree, 45, 60, and 90. So let's see the first question here. The first question is, express the following measures of angles as circular measure. Circular measure means radian measure. 30 degree. So 30 degree
5 by 6.
is how many radians? How will you convert this
5, 5 by
to
6.
radians? First you will see, yes. But how do you convert? 180 degrees is equal to pi radians, isn't it? Therefore, 1
Yes,
degree
sir.
is equal to pi by 180 radian, isn't it? That means 30 degree is 30 pi by 180 radian, which is equal to pi by 6 radian. Clear? Let's do the same for the second one, 45 degree. Similarly, we write this as 45 pi by 180, which we get pi by 4 radian. Okay. Next is 60 degree. 60 degree is 60 pi by 180, which is pi by 3. Fourth one is 90 degree. 90 pi by 180, which is pi by 2. Okay. Fifth one, 120 degree. 120 pi by 180 is 2 pi by 3. Number 6, you have 180 degree. 180 degree is 180 pi by 180, which is pi. This angle also you will come across very frequently, 2 pi by 3. Okay. This angle also pi, you will come across very frequently. Next is 270 degrees. 270 degrees is 270 pi by 180, which is 3 pi by 2. And finally, you have 360 degrees. It's 360
2
pi
pi.
by 180, which is 2 pi. Okay. This is how you convert the angles. This is a fundamental relation. As always remember this. Okay. Let us move on to the next one, number 2. Now the angles are given in radian. You will have to convert to degrees. Look at number 2. Express the following angles in degrees. First one is pi by 6. Pi is 180, 30 degree. 14 pi by 15. Put this equal to 180 degree. Okay, so you will get 168 degree. Next, put this 11 pi by 18. Put this as 180 because 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. You get 110 degree here. And finally, you have 7 pi by 9. Just 7 into 180 divided by 9, which is 140. Okay, so given the measures in radian, you have converted to degrees. Given the measures in degrees, you have converted to radians. Okay, if see the next one. The next one requires a little bit of formula here. Okay, this is an application of radian measure. Let us say if you have a circle, okay, and such that the radius of this circle is r, and suppose this angle has a sector here which subtends an angle theta. Okay, this theta is in say radians. Okay, and this arc length here is say s. This, suppose this arc AB, say s. Then what is the relation between s, r, and theta? Then from the definition of radian measure, it can be shown that here the arc length s is equal to r into theta, where remember theta is not in degrees, but theta is in radians. Okay, theta is in radian. So with this idea, let's solve number 3. Find the length of the arc of a circle of radius 3 centimeter if the angle subtended at the center is 30 degrees. So angle subtended at the center is 30 degrees. First, we convert the angle to radian. That means this angle here is given to be 30 degrees. Okay. So 30 degrees, is 30 pi by 180, which is pi by 6. Ideally, you should be remembering, okay, which is simply pi by 6. So clearly, the angle subtended at the center, we have converted to radians. Okay. Next, the question is find the length of the arc. Therefore, what should be the length of the arc? S is equal to r theta, right? What is the radius given here? If you see, the radius given here is 3 centimeter, right? And the angle that we have converted to radians is pi by 6. So we simply get this as pi by 2. These two cancel. And they have said take theta is equal to 3.14. Okay. So this is this is 3.14 divided by 2. 3.14 divided by 2, which is 1.57 centimeters. So the length of this arc here is 1.57 centimeters. That is what all you need to do. And see, the answer here is a little, this here, answer here should be, this should be pi by 2. This is correct, 1.57. Fine. Let us move on to the next one. Another application of radian is how to measure the area of the sector of a circle. Suppose you have a circle with center O, radius r, and the angle subtended at the center is theta. Then what should be the area of this sector? Let's say, okay, so area of sector OAB is equal to half r square theta, where theta is in radians. Okay. So with this idea, we start the fourth one. Question here is, what is the area of a sector of a circle which subtends an angle of 60 degree at the center? So angle at the center is equal to 60 degrees converted into radians, 60 pi by 180, which is pi by 3. Hence, what is the area of the sector of the circle? Half r square theta. Radius here is how much given? 6 centimeters. And theta is pi by 3. Okay, so put the value of pi, you will get this as 18.85 centimeters. Since nothing is mentioned here, you can put pi is equal to 22 by 7 also. Okay, or you can put 3.142 also, no problem, since value of pi has not been specified. Clear with this, or any question you have? I'll stop here.